Caps.
Good morning, fellow tinkerers. I'm going to show you how to make monogrammed fidget caps. Put your initials right in the center of your caps. We need to do it like this so that it's easier for it to print. I'm going to move this little dude off to the side and let's get started for how to build this. Start with a cylinder and also understand that you're going to put the letters upside down. Make that cylinder a hole and change its measurements to 18. Remember to press enter. Press 18 again. Remember to press enter. And then for this one, we want to go 1.5 millimeters thick. Later, we're going to make our words 1 millimeter thick. That way they do not poke through. Do Control D to duplicate that little critter and make the next one 10 by 10 and press enter. And then we want to make it 2 millimeters thick, so that way it gives us a raised up area when the spinners are going or touching the bearings. Use the awesome align tool to center it. This tool is really cool for zooming to the exact size and looking from the top to make sure that you've got it the way you wanted. Then I always switch back to the front view because I prefer that. And now let's create one with a pin and one with a socket. Click somewhere else so you can get just on the center piece and do Control D to duplicate it. This one we are going to change to 5.75 and 5.75. Make sure you press enter after you type those. And then we want it to be 6 millimeters high. Click 6 and press enter. And then zoom back out if you accidentally did what I did. I'm going to go top view so I can easily grab everything. I'm going to align those and center them. Make sure when you do your align tool you've got everything selected, and when you do that fit view to selection, notice it moves so you are perfectly oriented and you can tell for sure that it is centered. That piece is now completed. So let's do Control D and use that piece to build our next piece. Slide it to the right. And let's take our completed one and let's group it before we add the letters at the end. So if you wanted one without a monogram, right there's your spinner. This one we need to add a hole for the pin to go in. So let's start by making our cylinder larger. Let's do 7.8 and press enter, and 7.8 and press enter. Let's get those selected. Look from the top, choose align, click your line, click your line. Notice that is perfect. Let's click on just the center pin and change it to 7 high. Let's do Control D to duplicate that center pin. And we want to raise this one up 2 millimeters because it's going to be the hole. Change it to the hole right now. And we don't want to cut through here because later we're going to put letters there. Change its measurements to 6 by 6. Select everything again. Let's look at it from the top. Let's do that real cool fit view to selection. Use align and pop those where they need to be. Notice we don't want to do this alignment because then it would cut out everything. You have just made your 2 cool caps. Let's group that so now they're ready. This one will stick inside here. And now let's do the monogramming. Find your text tool. Change it to be your initials. If you want to play with the fonts, you can. My initials are MH. Don't worry about the size. Turn it into a hole. Change the height to 1 millimeter thick. Remember we went 1.5 millimeter thick on the original. And then we've got to change the orientation. We need to flip it 180 degrees so that it's backwards. And then later, when we flip these caps over and stick them where they belong, they'll be the right size. Use the black handles to shrink it so that your letters are going to fit. You can move it from underneath so you can see it better. Notice that's a little bit too wide, so I'm actually going to work upside down. If you can't do that, just move your item out. When you've got it groovy, center it. Make sure you really dig it. Then do Control D to duplicate your letters. And move your letters over to the other one. And select all of that. Double check your alignment. Mine was already good. And now you can group your final parts. Pin 1 grouped. And now it's time for cap 2 to be grouped. And you can do it by hand, or you can use the cool little cube to switch. When you look at them from underneath, you have now got initials with your caps. You can export everything, so both caps print at once. Of course, I would have a bonus one, or you can just do them one at a time, so you can have the pin cap and the socket cap, so you can print as many as you need. Happy building!
Unicorn Zombie Apocalypse.